you have the standard, and then you have some of the things that come to the surface based on what's happening in the environment. So, right now, the hottest issue is supply chain, right? With climate change and how that impacted our supply for IV solutions. Because our major manufacturing plant in the U.S. Was disrupted with Hurricane Helene. So that is one of the hottest issues right now for institutions because it's impacting care delivery. It's surgeries are being canceled at this point. Conservation efforts are in place, and there's a lot of bartering and beg, borrowing, and stealing of. So it's really taken a life of its own right now in a number of institutions, particularly and impacting, of course, nursing care, nursing leadership. Um, but other than that, you have the standard things that are challenges. Staffing is one, of course, that is perennial. We know that we have a maldistribution of talent, and it's impacting how care is delivered, when it's delivered, where it's delivered. So that's a major issue still. You have workplace violence. There was this unfortunate story recently about two nurses that were hit by a car trying to care for a patient that was dropped off in the room entrance. And it was here in Philadelphia, where I am right now, attending a conference. You also have racism and discrimination, the DEI piece and that work that still has to continue, but it's been impacted by a lot of this major anti DEI push that's happening, particularly on the legislative side. That's another major issue, right? Where it's impacting, how we show up as nurses, people who felt that we're making some inroads there, and now it seems like it's made it too easy for folks that don't want to do the work to not do the work. A dismantling of structures and programs, and some of leaders, because there was data that showed that because of that major shift after the murder of George Floyd, that caused this to be front and center. A number of people of color, leaders, were hired into these roles, and a lot of these department roles have gone away. So those are the biggies, and then you have some of the issues with incivility in nursing. You have this divide that's growing between nurses and nursing leadership about that are most important, and margin versus mission. And then you have AI, where people are not sure what to do with it, whether they should be scared of it or embrace it, or both. Yeah, it's all these pressures, the politics that are now taking a hold in healthcare. So all these things, right, is impacting, which now amounts to pulls up to the major issue with well-being. Well-being for nurses, well-being for leaders, well-being for systems that are supposed to take care of sick people. So these are all the issues that are on the table right now.